Like here, imagine we can stand upon Yahweh, turn to face the east. So the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. We can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abinawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Balakwaka, Taba'ah, Atazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawah, Hayah, Bashemayim, the Thundernaw, Lakam, Ko, Yavam, Wasalaknaw, Kabawatnaw, Kasalaknaw, Kabawatinaw, Wala'ah, Tabiyanaw, Banasawan, Abo, Awshanaw, Mayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'al, Watapara, La'ulam. Come on.
The Lord's Prayer in English. Our
Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Thy
kingdom come. Thy will be done.
will be done
in earth,
as
it is in heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this
our
day
daily bread,
daily bread.
and forgive us our debts,
Give us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not into
but
temptation,
deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
So be it. So be it.
Amen.
Amen. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'a, Ayanya, Al-Fahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'a, Azari, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Ayatan, Lamuwat, Bagalka, Al-Yanawam, Shemarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamah, Yashal, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazolka, Al-Yad, Yamyan, Yawamam, Ashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wa'arat, Balayila, Yahweh, Yashamar, Makarat, Yashamar, Atnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'at, Wa'ak, Maikta, Wa'ak, Aulam.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills, from which cometh my help.
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy he that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
He
that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor
shall
sleep.
neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
This time forth,
This time forth
and you forevermore.
and forevermore. Prayer for the cock, the power of evil. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Babushah.
Babakashah.
The thunder now.
The thunder now.
Cock.
The cock.
The cock.
The cock.
Larpa'ah.
Larpa'ah.
Call Masalat.
Paramakallah.
Call Marawat.
Paramarawat.
The cock.
The cock.
La'atahar.
La'atahar.
Atamazarin.
Hatamazari.
The cock.
The cock.
Lahakwin.
Lahati.
Hamati.
Lamati.
The cock.
The cock.
Arakawat.
Arakawat.
Atamal.
Hatama'ala.
The garson.
Garsh.
By Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Guarama.
Guarama. The power in the English.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of
In
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Pray to bless Israel and the evil. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Rakanawa.
Rakanawa.
Wayashala.
Wayashala.
Wabayat.
Abayat.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'at.
Rapa'at.
Magun.
Gun.
Hagun.
Gun.
At this time, we say the name of the loved one once. Everyone repeats that name once. If you're following us on social media, you type in the name of the loved one. We send the prayers up with you.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
IHUPK Minnesota.
IHUPK Minnesota.
Generals.
Generals.
Captains.
Officers.
Troopers. Students. Sisters. Children. All of Israel.
Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
UPK Minnesota. UPK Reds. UPK
Milwaukee.
UPK Chicago.
Chicago.
All the brothers going through Hebrew Academy. Benjamin. Jamin. Rockapot. Anali. The McIntosh family. Raphael. All of Israel. Kudasayam.
Tarak.
Amagabar. Nagabar.
Kawanya Allah. Kunayala. Mariah. Sataria Allah. Shagar Ariyah.
Kabat.
Kabad Dabar. Dakaya. Dawla.
Yakodash. Officer Makabi.
Sapara. Ainawa. Yapa. Azara. Bakawana. Tati. Jay. Cliff. Sharat. Taziyah. All of Israel.
Tashamawa. Jamie Atkins. Bashim Yahushua. Duaraman.
In English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua. Bless us in Israel. In the school. Bless Hill Shield Protect. Loved ones. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayim. Adam Yalaka. Alta Karash. Walta Shakwa. Kayahana. Wabika. Yahama Yawan. Ra'ash. Amaka. Yaharuyamu. Sabat. Wayata Yaitazwa. Altazwa Pandika. Amaru. Lakawa. Wanakakidam. Magawi. Wala'ay Yasakar. Shamya Shala. Awad. Kaya. Naitazwa. Labat. Yakharwa. Ayaka. Baryat. Yakarakwa. Ahalia. Arwam. Waya Shamay Alayam. Mawaba. Wagari. Gabal. Wa'amwan. Wa'amalak. Alashak. Amishabi. Azwar. Gam Ashawar. Nalwa. Imam. Ayawa. Zarawat. Labanya Lawat. Salat. Aisha. Laham. Kamadi. Kasaya Sara'ah. Kayabia. Manachal. Wayashwan. Nashamadu. Bayan Da'ar. Ayawa. Daman. Ladam. Shatam. Nariyab Mabu. Kairab. Wakazaba. Wakazabak. Wakatazal Manai. Kona Sayakam. Ashar. Amaru. Nairashat. Lanawa. Nawa. Alayim. Alaya. Shatam. Kagalgula. Kakwash. Napanya Rauka. Kaash. Tabayru Yair. Wakalahaba. Talahat. Aryam. Kantar Datma. Basarika,
Basarika,
Bombasa Wapatka,
Babasi Wapata,
Abalaham,
Alaham,
Mala'at,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panya,
Qualawan,
Qualawan,
Wayabaquashwa,
Wayabaquash,
Shamkat,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahalwa,
Wayabaho,
Adi Adi,
Ayai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabarwa,
Wayabadu,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayadai,
Kayata,
Kayata,
Shamkat,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Aliwan,
Ayawan,
Ab,
Ab,
Ko,
Kar,
Harat,
Zaratza. In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace.
and be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult,
Thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden one.
and consulted against thy hidden.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us let us cut them off of being a nation,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
that the name of Israel may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
So they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
Confederate against
the
the
tabernacles of Edom,
tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
the Hagarenes,
the Hagarians,
yes, Gabal,
Cabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines with the habits of the Tyre,
the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the shore also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot,
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Selah.
doing to them as unto the Midianites,
So unto them is unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as the Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook Kison,
which perished at Endor.
perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
They did make the nobles like a red,
Make the nobles like a word,
and like Zeid,
and like Zeid,
yea,
yea,
are the princes as Zabah,
or the princes as Zabah,
and as Zamun,
and as Moon,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let's take to ourselves
the houses of God in possession.
the houses of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flames set the mountains on fire.
and as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempests,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm,
Show their faces with shame,
with the face of shame,
that they may seek thy name.
they might seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let us be confounded in trouble forever.
let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let us be put to shame and perish,
let them be put to shame and perish,
that men may know that thou,
that men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
the most high of all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and
King
earth,
of heaven and earth,
and all things live.
let all things live.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh
in
Shah,
the name of Yahweh Shai,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
See, use the curse,
Because he was the curse,
punishment, and instruction
punishment, and
to
destruction
the heathen
to the heathen
that speak against
that
us,
speak against
thy
us,
prophets,
thy prophet,
the teachers,
teach,
the princes,
princes,
the priests,
priests,
the Israelite brothers,
Israelite brothers,
in the school.
in the school,
See, use the curse,
and even curses,
punishment, and instruction
punishment, and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose
and shake loose
the treasure of the rich of Israel,
the treasure of the rich of Israel,
and refuse to give to the school,
that refuse to give to the school,
force their riches,
force their riches,
send to thy sanctuary,
to thy sanctuary,
send use the curses,
to use the curses,
and punishment, and instruction
punishment, and
to
destruction
the Edomites,
to the Edomites,
and the nations,
the nations,
and the drug dealers,
drug dealers,
the horses,
horses,
the prison systems,
prisons,
Planned Parenthood,
the parent,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic
Church,
Church,
Catholic Church,
the Pope,
Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Catholicism,
Tyler,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
plus claim,
Aryan Nation,
every nation,
skinheads,
skinhead,
Tazakamataza,
comitatus,
gay,
gay,
the lesbian,
lesbian,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
Nazi space program,
and space program,
Army,
army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet,
open up the internet,
and the airways,
and the airway,
became an access channel,
and access
and
channel,
a radio
and
channel,
radio channel,
convict the spirit of any thy people
convict the spirit of any of thy people
that seek to stop
that
us,
seek to stop
and
us,
bring swift destruction
and bring swift destruction
to all the evil
to all of them
that stand in the way,
that stand in the way,
or try to stop us
try to stop
from
us,
broadcasting your word
broadcasting your word,
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth,
They lose all the plague,
that lose all the plague,
cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro,
through the earth and consume
to
them.
the earth and consume them.
Let the plague seek the house of the thief
Let the plague take the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let Yahweh Shah,
And Yahweh Shai,
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and Gabriel,
from down to flying saucers,
down to flying saucers,
punish all the evil
punish all the evil
that come up against us
that come up against
as
us,
we speak thy
as
word.
we speak thy word,
Cause we know about all.
cause it to be known by all.
That is, the angels that have done it.
It's the angels that have done it,
Cause it to be spread through the media,
cause it to be spread through the media,
throughout the whole
the
world.
whole world,
Cause them to shake out thy coming.
cause them to shake it that
In the name of Yahweh
Shai,
Shah,
Yahweh Shai,
thank you always.
always,
So be it.
so be it. start.
Let's pray.
Yeah, how about Shemiyah Shabrakata? La Yashala. Shabia, you see it? So we're going over, it's like I should say, shalom. Everybody joining us in class right now. We got shalom to the sisters, shalom to the brother. Y'all Bashim Yashabak Thumb to the brothers. Y'all Small Atam Bashim Yashab to the sisters. Morocco Pat, Tashamawa, Anawa, Kawan Yala, Miss Love B. Shout out to the house of Bakar Dunn. No sign crash. All right. Joining us live for the Minnesota Twin Cities Sabbath service. We're about to go over Slacking. To pull this up, we are still in Ezekiel, starting off with the Tanakh, as we normally do. Starting off with the Hebrew first, and then transitioning to the English to break it down. So this week, we are in chapter 18, verses 19 through 25. So now again, if you want to follow along with us in the Hebrew, if you don't have a Tanakh yourself, you can go to the Blue Letter Bible, and you can open up that page, or if you got the app, locate the book, chapter, and verse that we're going to be reading from. And when you pull that up, next to each verse, it'll have a toolbar. That toolbar will give you the Hebrew translation in the Assyrian text. So you can follow along with us with that, and it'll also give you like definitions, root words, references that you can look up to also. So you can utilize that tool. I believe like if you got a Strong's Concordance or a lexicon, things like that, you can also look some of the words up in your own time. Otherwise, if you got the Tanakh, you can open that up. Ezekiel chapter 18. Select it, sir.
Yes, sir. Also, too, the app that I gave out during last one for Dash about maybe 2 weeks ago. What is it called? Let me see. Give me a second. I'll post the name of what the Hebrew app is. For the sister Marakapath, if you can actually put in the chat what the name of the app is that I gave out during last one for Dash. I currently don't have it right now, but pretty much if you got a coordinates, you should be able to look at the Hebrew words and actually follow along. All right. All right. So you got it in time, baby.
Count.
And once again, a shalom, Lord Christ, to everyone that's tuned in. All right. Go ahead.
Count. I'll deal with this next day.
Oh, okay.
Select.
No sweat. All right.
Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 19. Wa Maratham Madai La'a Nasha'a Haban Kaiwan. It's like Kaiwan. Ha'a. It's like Haba. Wahaban. Mashapat. Watazadaka. Aishahat. At. Call. Kakwathia. Shamar. Wayaisha. Atham. Hayat. Yahaya. Verse 20. Anapash. Hakata'at. Hayat. Thamwat. Ban. La'a. Yasha'a. By one. Ha'ab. Haba. Waba. Select. Haba. Waba. La'a. Yasha'a. By one. Haban. Tazadaqua. Hatazadaqua. Would that be Hatazadayak? Hatazadayak.
Say it one time.
Hatazadayak.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Because some have to cut off towards the end.
Right. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
usually at the end where it cuts off.
Yeah. And in most cases, yeah, kind of.
Hatazadayak. The what?
Yeah, and then
Aywa. Tayak. Warashaitai. Harashai. Aywa. Tahiyat. Verse 21. Wahariyat. That's like Waharashai. Kayat. Yeshua. Makal. Khata'atiyah. Ashar. Aisha. Washamar. At. Call. Kakawatiyah. Waisha. Mashapat. Mutazadakwa. Hayat. Yahya. La'a. Yamawat. Verse 22. Call. Hashayiwa. Ashar. Aisha. La'a. Yazakawa, Lebois,
Yeah, verse 22.
and, yeah, towards the middle of 22.
Oh, okay. All right.
Baptizer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a bit of a tongue twister.
Baptizer de Quatro,
Perfect, you know.
Ashar, Aisha, Yahaya, not Salah.
Yeah, something like that.
No, some of the other ones I had mispronounced too.
Because you're on this one, right?
No, past that. Movie thumbs.
Oh, so see about this one.
Yeah, so now down here. These
Okay.
like I had mispronounced these. I thought the ka was a ha.
Oh,
So I
I
was saying
see.
Kaya versus Kaya.
Yeah, yeah.
So I missed that. Salakia. So in verses,
Yeah, I'm glad you caught that because yeah,
some of the verses above in 19. And 21. So okay, at least in the verse 19 and 21, I did mispronounce a couple of them words. Got the characters mixed up. Salakia. I'm gonna start 22 over.
All right, let's go.
Call. Bashayawa.
That's right.
Ashar. Aisha. La'a. Was a Kara. Lawa. But does a doc with Salakia. But does a doc with thought. Ashar. Aisha. Yakaya. Verse 23. Hakapataza. Hakapataza. Akapataza. Mawat. Rashad. Naam. Nama. Salakia. Nama. Adanya. Yahweh. Alawa'a. Bashawabu. Bashawabal. Madarakaya. Wakaya. It's 24. Bashawab. Tazadayat. وتزد الأقطاع وعيشة أوا كاكاو وعيبوا وعيبوا الشعر الشعر أو الشعر يا الشعر وخيار كو تزد القواتية الشعر الشعر لا تذكرنا تذكرنا ومعلوة الشعر مايو it's like مايو معايا الشعر معايا وبكتا ثو الشعر التاء it's like خطأ بان يوم what it's 25 ومارتون لا يتكن دراك أدانيا it's like أدانيا شمايو بان بيات يا شاء الراكي لا يتكن هلا دراكي كان لا يتاقنوا it's the end of verse 25
Shalom Israel. It looks like something like is going on with the stream. I'm not too sure. For those that are watching, let us know if you can see the stream. Put in 144 in the chat. All right. Okay, otherwise we are going to get into Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 19 through 25, all right? Okay, once again, 144 in the chat for those that are watching.
is it lagging?
Yeah, but like the Wi-Fi bar keeps disappearing and coming back. You said 0 people are watching. So she's watching, but it says 0. It's weird. But when I look at it, it's live. Okay, all right, most in Christ. So I guess it's working. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, it's saying something about the stream numbers are, I don't know, but anyway, since y'all said 144, I guess we're good. Which one? Yeah, that's good. So, no sweat. It might just be their system. So let's get to Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 19 through 25. Okay, let's get to it.
Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 19.
Oh, yes. Wait, so Salaki, my bad. Before we get into that, last week, last week, what did we get into?
So last week it was talking a lot about the conditions of the people. Well, what's gonna more or less what's gonna happen to them if they follow this route versus if they follow the Most High route.
Right. I mean, honestly, the last two chapters have been saying the same thing, just in a different way, so to speak.
And given different circumstances
and scenarios. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, like I talked about last time, because last week you did it on your own. Yeah. Yeah. So the last time I was doing Sabbath service with Officer among a bar, I mentioned about it's like these chapters in the book of Proverbs where the Most High gives many scenarios, situations about or better yet, King Solomon, the Most High, giving scenarios about a fool and a wise person, a wise man. No different than a rich man and a poor man. Like there was so many scenarios, like so many chapters that was just describing and getting to, the whole breakdown on, how a person can become a fool, how a person is wise, but when a person is wise or a fool in this situation and how they move, like it was very, very in depth. You know what I mean? And this is pretty much talking about our condition. We read that one chapter where Ezekiel he put his own self into slavery and captivity for the sake of his people. I mean, imagine that. Anything could happen to him, but he did it for the love of his people. And also, too, I mean, he was on a mission. He had orders, so he did it on top of that as well. But I mean, that's heavy.
Right.
If you knew how slavery was going to happen for the Black and Hispanic and Native Indians before it ever came, and you saw it, like you had visions about it, you were told by the prophets and priests. I mean, would you do it? Like, although we are in captivity as a people, I don't regret being who I am as an Israelite. I love it. It's amazing. But this slavery, this captivity is only temporary.
Right.
Now, yes, I mean, if we're talking, okay, to the average person, when I say average, it's really people in the world. They may think like, oh, years, like that's a long time. Well, to a certain extent, maybe, right? But like 400 years, I mean, compared to thousands and thousands of years, that's nothing. You know what I mean? That's nothing at all.
Right.
So yeah, 400 years of captivity. You know what I mean? And we are talking about just one specific captivity. We have been in multiple captivities under the other nations. Just understand that. But we are speaking about the captivity of today. Okay? Yeah, like, man, 400 years plus. I mean, if you heard about all the murders and killing and bloodshed and all the crooked laws that was going to be used against you every way possible, all the attacks that we have with the influence of America, you probably be like, no, hell no, I'm not doing it. But, the Most High, Christ told us to endure to the end.
Right.
That's what we have to do. You can't run from what the Most High is trying to do with you. Always understand that. Another thing is, too, we can't run from the curses. You can't. Last time we tried to do that, we had examples as Christopher Columbus. We had examples of Black Wall Street. Now, I've only heard a few brothers in the truth speak about this. Why do you think the situation happened the way it happened with us during Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, June 1st, 1921? Why do you think so? The Lord was not with us.
Right.
If the Lord was with us, that never would have happened. Happen. You have to ask yourself, what were we doing? Yes, we looked successful. We were, building our empire. Black excellence and things of that sort. But we was not with the Lord. So the Lord was not with us. That's why that happened. Uh, what's another one? Rosewood, Wounded Knee.
I can't remember the city in Detroit or the city in Michigan.
I cannot think of it either. I keep trying to find it too. So someone mentioned it. Yeah, so many examples. Think about all the young people who are dying before 20, 18. Think about the ones who are dying at 18, 20. Young as hell, man. Damn. It's terrible. You haven't even lived a full life. In America, a full life is what? At what age?
70, 80,
right,
90.
Right, like that's a problem. You know what I mean? You don't even make it to there. You see, just I want to say, maybe 3 years ago. No. Wait. Maybe 2-3 years ago, I lost a Gadite brother. I was about like 2-3 years older than him, but me and went to the same high school, and plus he knew my family. I knew a little bit of his family, and come to find out, this brother passed. Actually, I think he passed around this time, March or April, off of fentanyl. And the baby was, I call him a baby, but he was only 17. Goddamn, 17 years old, off of fentanyl. And it's so crazy because he didn't seem like that type of brother, but he did hang around, a crowd that pretty much was into that. So I get it. It was the influence. You know what I mean? Good night. 17 years old. Fentanyl. Like, man. America will destroy your life.
Right.
And this is why we have to separate ourselves, gather together, because we are a nation that is not desired. No one considers us unless it's something to, destroy us, which is happening. We are in the agenda of America to be killed off, slaughtered, attacked constantly, every day, all day. Okay? All right, but yeah, you go ahead. Slide.
Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
Yet say ye, why? Doth not the Son bear the iniquity of the Father? When the Son hath done that which is lawful and right, and hath kept all my statutes, and hath done them, he shall surely live.
When I hear this, all I hear about is reputation. Reputation. And this is a perfect topic. As I'm sure you heard the term, someone's throwing dirt on my name, right? Like someone is making your name dirty, right, based on say so. But now, reputation is everything, because if we say that we are in the UPK and we love our brothers like we love ourselves and we love the Most High, you have to show it. You can't say it. Your actions, how people say in the world, your actions speaks louder than words. It does. I mean, words can, come and go, but them actions says a lot. It speaks for itself. And like back in the scripture, I'll give you an example. Back in Tobit, the book of Tobit, when Tobit's father had asked the angel, who he did not know was an angel, because the angel had to hide his identity, of course, right? Not necessarily lying, but just hiding his identity. And Tobit had asked the angel, like, who is your father? Like you know, what is your registry? And he told him what his registry was. He told him his name, his tribe, who his father is, et cetera, et cetera. You know, his nation, of course. And that's important because people are going to ask about you and know who you are, trying to get to know you. And reputation is everything. That's why we can never put ourselves in situations where we are being stained. Because the Bible does say we have to be blameless. Is it Peter? Is it Peter or Daniel to a point where they had nothing on them? They try to make a law against them. Is it Peter or Daniel? Damn, I'm not sure. I want to say it was. Actually, it was Peter. It had to, yeah, I believe it was Peter. You know what I mean? Like Peter was so righteous, so on top of things. They try to make a law against him. You know what I mean? Because they couldn't find anything else on him. That's today. That's today. A lot of the murders that happen to Black and Hispanic people, they have to find a way to justify the wrong that they did, so they don't get punished. Matter of fact, I need to write that precept because I haven't heard this in a good minute. So I'm gonna sip my tongue. Yeah, boom, there we go. Yeah, okay. Let me see. All right, so Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
God.
And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. So there's two parts to this, right? The possessors is the oppressors on this earth. Once again, they have no melanin. You know what I mean? I damn near hate that word too. They have no melanin to them. They have no flavor to them. Those people, right? Our oppressors, the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
These people, right? And they hold themselves not guilty, man. They try to find any way possible to cover their tracks and not get punished for it. But then again, they want justice for all the wrong things. Okay? Like, for example, the Boston Tea Party. How it was the British that was getting taxed?
No, the Americans by the British.
By the British. There we go.
The colonies.
Yes, they were getting taxed, and they went to war because of it. But good night. But like, really, you should be going to war for justice.
Right.
You know, I would think so. I'm well, so like that was their form of going to war for their justice, right? But there's real problems, real world problems. Niggas is dying unjustly.
Right.
But that's not an issue. The oppressors don't look at your pain or suffering. I mean, why would they? They cause it, right? But when it comes to them, you have to drop everything that you're going through as a nation and care about their problems.
Right.
Once again, to hell with Russia. To hell with Ukraine. I just seen a disgusting video just yesterday on Instagram. How these white men jumped a Black person and in Ukraine. And boy, my blood was boiling. Because they kicked this man's head and her off like a soccer ball. It was so disgusting. And the thing is, he was just walking down the street, minding his business. They attacked him.
And if I could,
go ahead.
It's not just our oppressor and his relatives, descendants here in America,
right,
that act like that. Keep in mind, they're doing it in Ukraine too. They're doing it in Russia too. They're doing it in Europe too.
Everywhere, yes. And we want to pray for all these people. You know what's crazy that I noticed? I seen a small number of people praying for Haiti, but it wasn't as much support as they was praying for France at all and Ukraine. I found that very interesting. And even so-called even so-called, let me see. Yeah, I just had it. Fake Israelites. The people that say that they love their people, right? Because of course the ISUPK is not affiliated with any other Israelite group.
That's right.
We are just the ISUPK. We are not just no Israelite group. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. That's who we are, right? So we are not associated and have any ties to anybody. Okay? So where's the Christians at? Where's all these fake Israelite groups who say they love their people? Till this day, it's been very quiet.
Right.
Very quiet. But I believe one Israelite group decided to try to out there in Memphis try to take a stance on the rapper Young Dolph, who had got shot. You know what I mean? May that brother rise again, man. And
Right.
Lord be with his family. It's very unfortunate, but I pray that brother comes back and he changes his life. Ain't nothing wrong with being a rapper. But you must have seen the brothers who are rappers in the UPK, but they are serving the Lord.
Right.
When you don't serve the Lord, anything can happen to you, and it won't be beautiful. So Lord be with you, man. It's best to come into this sanctuary as soon as possible, with no hesitation.
Right.
Otherwise, just watch how your life will just unfold in a very terrible way. And that's not me wishing it on you. That's just the truth. It's facts. Okay? But anyway, yeah, they was only doing it because they was getting heat. People were talking about it, and people were just simply saying like, you guys don't love your people. The ISUPK is very active all the time. I cannot speak for everybody else. Till this day, a lot of other people who say they love their people are very much quiet. They ain't making no noise. They're not supporting or helping out the people who need help and the support. It's not happening. But in the Israelite School UPK, our job is every hour, every minute, every second, every day, 25/8. That's it. All right, but anyway, so like that was on that. You go ahead and get into Ezekiel. My bad.
Okay. If I could,
Go ahead.
just recap a little bit. From what we were reading last week in Ezekiel, the main focus of the last 7 verse that we were reading was about how the father can affect the son's life and what the son's responsible for in his life, how he might be
That's
judged.
right. That's right.
So when we ended off in verse 18, it said, as for his father, because he cruelly oppressed, spoiled his brother by violence, and did that which is not good among his people, lo, even he shall die in his iniquity. Now we start off in verse 19, and somebody was asked, and this is more of like a rhetorical question that Ezekiel is asking himself. Like he's almost playing the devil's advocate in a sense. Yes, say ye, and also because he had seen this firsthand too. He had seen how people would try to pass it off, pass the punishment off. Like a lot of things that he's accounting, not only with his visions, but are things that he had seen, things that he had experienced and then went through in his life. So he's able to give that counsel. Yet say ye, why? Does not the son bear the iniquity of the father? When someone hath done that which is lawful and right, and hath kept all thy statutes, and hath done them, he shall surely live. Now, verse 20, this is something that a lot of people want to use, a lot of Old Testament Israelites also, well, mainly, and a lot of non-believers, so to speak. I don't really like that term too much.
Yeah, I don't like that term. Yeah. It's Christian. Very moist.
Very. Verse 20, the soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. So they try to use that as kind of a precept for how Yahushua can't have been our savior, our sacrifice.
Right.
Because the father, and they're going to equate the father in this case, in this verse, they will equate the father as the Most High for Yahushua being the son. Now the Most High can do whatever he wants to.
Right.
What this is talking about is the judgment that men do.
Right.
If my father messed up, if my father stole something, the authority in play the authoritative man in power cannot punish me for what my father did.
Right.
The Most High can punish me for what my father did, and that's more so as a punishment to the father.
Right.
Because now the father gets kind of not absolved, because what he's gonna have to bear afterwards, losing his son, losing his daughter, losing his wife, all that.
Yeah.
That's his punishment.
Right.
So he didn't get run over by a car, nothing like that. But now he sees his, 3-year-old junior playing in the front yard, ball rolls into the street, car comes and wipes him out. Because last week his father wanted to snatch somebody's purse, or rob some drunk dude at the bar,
right, yeah,
or sell some drugs,
right,
or do some drugs.
Right.
That can, like, again, the Most High can put that on your kids.
Right.
He can put that on somebody else that you care about, and
Right.
that's your punishment.
Right.
You didn't have to go to the hospital. You
Right.
had to bury your child.
Right.
So now what this is talking about is how the authority on earth, the man authority on earth, can't punish the child for what the father did. Spiritually, yes, that father, the child can get punished on behalf of the father, but it, like, on earth, like, we can't punish the kid for what the father did.
Right. Just like, if I may,
go
quick. So like actually, like me and the brother were just talking a little bit earlier about a story, a terrible story or a terrible thing that happened in Minnesota just a few days ago. A 2-year-old, had died because a 2-year-old had got shot. You know what I mean? And of course, the baby was a Judah, as far as how it was confirmed. Now you gotta ask yourself, what did the baby do to preserve that?
He wasn't set tripping.
Right. Right. Now here's two things. When things happen to people, right? Or I say, okay, example, I'll say the parents and the children, right? You gotta ask yourself, was it the baby's fault or the child's fault? I would say any age, right? Was it the child's doing that got them killed, or was it the parents, right? Now, based on how you live your life today, and you pass, and you come back into the earth, you might come back with a birth defect. You may come back, with no limbs, all types of things, right? Blind and deaf and mute, things of that sort. You know what I mean? You're missing a leg, just all types of stuff, right? But now, you also have to investigate what was the parents doing. How were they living their life? Because a 2-year-old is still brand new to the world, don't know nothing, just starting to figure out things. And as you know, the process of when a baby is born, they're trying to see, they're trying to understand hearing, how to eat, just everything. You know what I mean? Trying to learn how to be a human being at this point. Now it's also a terrible story that I heard about some years ago that I can never get out of my head. How a 10-year-old was shot in the alley, like by a park or something like that. So come to find out, the story is these two parents had owed money, debt, as far as drug dealing, gang, and stuff like that. And it was, so they didn't pay their debt, but they end up recognizing the child. They lured him from the park to the alley and shot him, and then made a diss song about killing the child. And then the father, in his anger, he decided to kill the guy who killed his child. He failed and went to jail. So it's like all that could have been stopped if we knew the Bible.
Right.
You feel me? Like if we knew how to conduct our lives, that never would have had happened. So then that means that, them two brothers could have been actual brothers to each other. Like if you think about it, like if you don't have the influence of America, right?
all the drugs, all the the fighting, the strife, just everything, like the religion. If you didn't take part of what America offers, you could avoid every situation that you've ever been in that was terrible. Every situation terrible. You would not be in jail because you would not have got so angry and emotional at that moment. You never would have killed that brother if you knew what Christ said to do.
Right.
Let's say that other brother had a problem and he didn't, and you didn't hear him. I mean, he didn't hear you out. There's a way to solve that issue too. And it's so like the Bible works so well to the point where it keeps you out of situations that we see on a daily in our communities.
Right.
So like, yeah, I know I ramble on, but I just need to say that, man. All right, go ahead. You got it, unless you want to say something.
I mean that fits with 20, because again, the righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him.
There you go.
Again, letting you know like the difference. So I mean,
right.
What I was saying about that kid being 2 years old, he's not gonna understand when he gets punished. You don't know what that means when he gets punished. Now somebody that's older, that's got life experience, is more conscious and aware about things, you're gonna understand what it means when you get punished. That means you messed up. That means you did something to get punished for. Now, when you get victimized by somebody else, a lot of times those situations spiritually is gonna be because of what your parents did. So that 2-year-old, again, Lord be with that family, but that's more than likely because of what his parents did that brought that on. Because the parents are the ones that can suffer. That 2-year-old didn't know what the hell that meant. Get a straight bullet. The parents know. The parents are gonna feel that pain. They're gonna know what that meant. So I mean, if you're gonna live that life, and everybody, like, this is the dumb thing about us. We know that that's the risk that we take in that lifestyle. We know that we got loved ones that are gonna be in danger. That's why we run around with knuckleheads that ain't afraid to die, that ain't afraid to murder. That all we're gonna do is do drugs and commit crimes, because like we in that zone, we in that lifestyle. We know what comes with that territory. That 2-year-old did.
Right.
And people that are trying to get out of that lifestyle, I mean, listen, you got a road ahead of you.
Right.
But simply quitting gang banging and doing drugs and selling drugs and switching to a 9 to 5, like that's not enough. You still got enemies out there.
Right.
You still got people that that you had offended, that you ain't make no atonement for.
Right.
That's why you gotta come back to these laws, statutes, commandments. You gotta come back to the Most High.
Right.
To learn how to repent.
Right. And
how to be forgiven.
Right.
In the eyes of somebody else.
Right.
There's a process to this. You can't just. This ain't no like Holy Communion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just go to a Catholic church, take that little stale ass cracker and drink that probably out of date store brand Welch's grape juice and think that you're good.
Yeah.
And say 10 Hail Marys, 20 Our Fathers. Like, it don't work like that.
You know what's like, if I may. That's too easy.
Way too easy.
When it comes to the Most High, it's about obedience, of course. I mean, it's a few things, but sacrifice seals the deal. An oath, all that seals the deal. It makes it known, like, okay, all right, I made an oath to the Most High. I'm sacrificing my old life. I have a new life. This is me showing the Lord that I am being truthful and I am honest about my life.
Right.
That I really want to be forgiven. Because understand this, although the Most High forgives your sins, you still have a debt to pay, which is, since Christ died for you, you die, you kill your old life,
right,
and you live a new life. And that's your debt. And you have to continue that until you are off the face of the earth. Whether Christ returns or whether the Most High, ends your life. Whether you're righteous, of course you want to be righteous, but doing the work of the Lord. Because there are prophets and priests who will pass doing the work of the Lord.
Right.
You know, I mean, we don't live forever. Like these physical bodies do die. Understand that, but that spirit stays alive, and it just recycles into a new body, and a new body, and a new body. That's called reincarnation, which is real. All the people that you see on the face of the earth have been here before. Not physically, meaning like the features, maybe not, but have been here based on spiritually. Okay? The only reason why we are alive is it's not because of our heart. We have a spirit in us. And don't think about the spirit that you see on TV where it's floating around and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But just understand that we have been on this earth multiple times. All the people that we are reading about, Ezekiel is somewhere around here in this earth, because reincarnation is real.
Okay.
All right, you got it. Go ahead.
And that goes right into verse 21.
Look, you know what? I haven't read this yet.
You didn't even said it.
Damn, good night. Okay, I haven't read these 7 verses yet. I'm just, you know, like, and that happens. Like, I mean, man, like that happens when you really got this on your mind, on your spirit. Not to sound Christian, but like when you got it on your mind. You know what I mean? Because all this really it ties into each other.
Right.
Okay. So go ahead.
Verse 21. But if the wicked will turn from all his sins that he hath committed, and keep on my statutes, and do that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live. He shall not die.
There you go. There you go. So if you turn away from your sins, if you stop doing the things that you know is wrong, and you are diligent about it, you will live. But if you don't do that, you will die. And that's evident. So if you keep selling drugs, doing drugs, if you keep fighting, attacking people, having beef with everybody, you are going to die. It's just evident.
Right.
You know what I mean? On top of that, you know, you got the police to worry about too. You know, because Esau is very trigger happy. He is going to hunt you down based on all the crimes that you are committing. One way or another, you will fail. You may think that you're successful for a time, but that's just because of the mercy. The Most High is known for his mercy and long suffering. The long suffering is the part where he wants to punish you, but he's hoping, I mean, he's waiting for you to get it in order, get it together. But do not burn your bridges, your opportunity. Because, I mean, a lot of people play with the Most High and boom, here goes this. And now you all mad and upset. It was your fault to begin with.
Right.
But the Most High gave you chances and chances. I hear so many stories of brothers and sisters who said, hey, bro, I almost lost my life. It was very traumatizing. But they just keep doing it. Yeah. It's like, did you not learn, my nigga? Like, good night. Like, bro, like your head was almost blown off. Like, literally. You got robbed. You was held at gunpoint. You was finna die. But you didn't. But you still want to continue that same lifestyle. That doesn't add up. That's nonsense. You did not learn the lesson. You would have learned the lesson when you got shot.
Right.
And survived, or got shot and dead. The lesson was very much learned then. But that's, once again, mercy is something that is needed. Okay? All right. So yeah, I don't see, once again, I don't know what that is, but the show must go on.
Okay.
Yeah, the show must go on.
So if y'all still with us in the social media on the chat, if y'all know the definition of insanity, type that in.
There you go.
Define insanity.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue with this.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 22. All his transgressions that he hath committed, they shall not be mentioned. It's like, they shall not be mentioned unto him. Mm-hmm. In his righteousness that he hath done, he shall live. Mm-hmm. Verse 23. I almost want to break this down first. Just the next few verses are going to kind of flow together, So all right, just bear with me for a second. Verse 23. Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, saith the Most High Power, and not that he should return from his ways and live? Like this is what people don't get about the Bible and about the Most High. They don't know God when they talk about free will. And like I got so many times with hood people on Crossing Line Radio battle that point and still not have an understanding, because like it'll say, you know, if you do this, this is what's gonna happen. If you do that, that's what's gonna happen. That's not giving you the choice. That's just saying, if you do this, this is the result.
Right.
If you do this, this is the result.
Right.
It's not saying, well, if you choose to do this, or if I give you the options, you can do this and that'll happen, this and that'll happen. It's just stating facts.
Right.
It's just stating just everyday common sensual facts. It's like, I see the letter. If I do this, if I hold the lighter and I let the lighter go, it's gonna drop.
Right.
If I hold the lighter and I don't let it go, it's not gonna drop. That's not defining different choices. That's
Right.
just stating what's gonna happen
Right.
in a given situation. That's all that is. So this is talking about that same thing. Because in all his transgression that he hath committed, they shall not be mentioned to him. Like again, if he's repented, turning away from that. In his
Right.
righteousness that he hath done, he shall live.
Right.
Verse 24.
That's right.
But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness, this is not a choice that you're being given. Turn away from your righteousness or stay in your righteousness. It's letting you know, if you turn your back, this is what you can expect.
Right.
But when the righteous turn away from his righteousness, which again is keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and committeth iniquity, which is breaking the law, statutes, commandments, and doeth according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live? I think society over is pretty much all in agreement, for the most part, on the surface at least, because a lot of y'all are closet this offender. Pedophiles should be put to death. So we'll use that extreme. Pedophiles should be put to death. Now that is a biblical death penalty also. Pedophiles should be put to death in popular American concept. In prisons, pedophiles do get punished. But at the same time, you got pedophiles who run things in jail that ain't get punished because again, they're doing it underneath. They're doing it underneath the surface. So we can pretty much all agree on that. Should they live? Should rapists live? Should child murderers live? Should they be allowed to be alive? For the most part, we would all agree no, that they should not. Instead of just giving them a harsh punishment, let them sit for 20 or 50 years, eating up taxpayer dollars and still getting accommodations in jail. Like you can damn near live like a king in prison.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. I mean, yeah, you're cutting them off from social interactions and from their family and things like that. But people are still having sex in jail.
Yeah.
Whether it's pretty much all unlawful sex, but whether it's with a man or a woman, right, they doing their thing. You can still get your drugs in jail. You can still be financially set in jail. You can still call shots and give orders in jail.
So now also too, I don't know if you know, like I watch TikTok all the time, and this is a big thing that came out. What's that show? It's called Real Talk, or no, or the Real. I forget what it's called. But anyway, it was a whole big discussion about how prisoners should not have access to social media.
Right.
Like I literally go on social media, and on TikTok, mainly, as far as where I'm seeing this stuff at, there are prisoners just having a good time.
Right.
In their cell, just on live, like a live video. You feel me? Like a live video. And it's just, I mean, in a sense, there's some freedom in jail. Like, I mean, you got a life in there.
I met this brother, Slacky.
Mhm.
I met this brother. I was telling me, listen, the prison that he was in, it wasn't like Max, like Supermax or nothing like that, but the prison that he was in, right across the street, there was like a strip mall or like a fast food joint. They used they had it good with the guards. They could go out, they could leave the prison, go to that restaurant, get food, bring it back.
Damn.
Yeah. Like this wasn't work release. It wasn't like in Wisconsin we got like Huber work release and shit like that. It wasn't that.
Night.
The guards would unlock their doors, let them go to the restaurant, get their food, and come back to jail.
Good night. You know what? You know what's funny about that, right? Not funny, but was
House to Shawno. So like
yeah, like we have a brother who is in prison right now in the UPK, right? He had joined the school. He had found us. He joined the school. He just got raised up to an officer. This brother is doing Hebrew Academy in prison.
Right.
Never in my life have I ever seen that. You know? But like, I mean, they have access and things of that sort. Of course, this brother, he a righteous brother. He made a mistake in the past.
Damn right.
I mean, he a righteous brother, a strong soldier too. But I was surprised to, at first I didn't pay attention, but the brother, he has access to watch online classes.
Oh.
He has access to record videos and video chat and things of that sort. Like, hey, Most High in Christ, to that brother. This truth don't stop. You know what I mean? But we just telling you, like, showing you how much of an open access there is. Even with people who are in prison, like, all people who actually committed crimes that are unlawful should be put to death, right? But according to the Bible, the Most High gives out mercy. And now there are people that will argue like, a child molester, a rapist should be put to death. But what if they change their ways? Now it might sound crazy in your head because you like, man, like, they should be dead. But now you gotta ask yourself, what about you?
Right.
Should you be spared based on the things that you did? Then people would say, well, I never touched anybody
right.
in that way. I never done what this person has done. So you're telling me that your filth is better than this person's filth. You got to be careful. Watch yourself. Is your filth better than this person's filth? Well, that's not the same thing. You got to understand this. It's still unlawful.
Right.
And you notice I didn't speak about exactly what your filth may be. You know how they always say, oh, my truth, my truth. Well,
right.
Your filth is your filth. You know what you do is garbage if you do that thing. Now, not everybody lives a sinful life.
Right.
And EPK, I mean, hey, we are living proof that we are not sinners. You can make a mistake, but don't make it again.
Right.
Don't let it be a problem. If it's a problem, get the help so it doesn't end you. It doesn't kill you. Get it straight, get it in order. That's what you do. Otherwise, you will die. I mean, it's simple as that. If you do not do what the Most High tells you to do, and you're doing the opposite, sooner or later, your life will be gone. And your loved ones should not be surprised because you chose this life. There are people on this earth who choose death, and they do not give a damn. If you care about life and you want true life, then do whatever possible to protect that life. Not the life in the world, but this new life that you have.
Right.
That's what you have to do. Otherwise, you will be a part of Ukraine, Russia, partakers of America.
Yeah,
You will
right.
be dead from drugs, alcoholism, um, random attacks, police brutality, all these things, man. All the stuff that we see on the news every day, that's going to be you next if you don't change. How can the world change if you don't change? You know, it's funny. Other people, like brothers and sisters in the UK, say this all the time. I've changed my life because I've seen the way that you change, and that is heavy, and that's a burden. So now, what you have to do is you have to make sure that you remain perfect, so the next person next to you doesn't fall off.
Right.
Imagine that. And a lot of these brothers and sisters don't know each other, never seen each other in day-to-day life, and they are from different places, walks of life. Imagine that, man. Imagine you hearing that. That because the way that you are, because you're in here, I changed my life. It gave me the confidence to do so. Our testimonies, which I really don't like that word either, but our stories that we tell about how we come into the truth, how we used to live our life. You know, some people are shy and ashamed of it, no sweat. But no sweat. That was the old you, that's not you today.
Right.
That's their shame, that's not your shame. Your new shame is you being glorious and righteous. I think I spoke about this, Wednesday? It's a good shame and a bad shame.
Right.
Right, according to the Bible. Like, yeah, this is the new you. So be proud of the new you and continue to build on that. So if you choose to, live the life of the Most High, you should be successful. But be careful because temptations will come. It won't stop.
Right.
All right. Be ready for the tests that come, because the Most High is going to test you, never tempt you. Satan is going to tempt you because that's his job, and that's the order from the Most High. Now, people would say, well, since the Most High gives Satan that order, isn't he technically tempting us? No. All right. And that's another class I want to get into, because people don't understand the difference between a test and temptation. Everybody plays a part. They have a job to do. Okay? They have a job to do. All right? All the angels do all types of things. And it all serves a purpose, by the way. But anyway, so I can keep going. Go ahead and this.
Verse 24. But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness, and committeth iniquity, and doeth according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live? All his righteousness that he hath done shall not be mentioned. In his trespass that he hath trespassed, and in his sin that he hath sinned, in them shall he die. Now again, like for the past, damn near these whole 7
chapters,
verses, yeah. It's been almost reiterating the same thing. The entire verse, chapter 18, has been pretty much breaking down the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's giving you all these kind of little pinpoints on here and there, because some dumbass is gonna come before the priests and prophets of the Lord and be like, well, what if you did this, and what if you did that? But what if you've been doing this, but then maybe you do that, and then what about this? Like all these what ifs, bringing all these scenarios to the Lord.
It's all right. It's a lot. In the Bible, there's no what ifs. It's this or that. That's it. There you have. You don't have options.
Right.
You have orders, commandments, which are orders. That's what you have. Either you do it or you do not. And even you not doing the thing that the Most High told you to do, honestly, when you think about it, it's not an option.
Right.
That's your option, but that's not. The Most High doesn't. The Most High is not going to give you that option to be a sinner or to be righteous. Be wicked or be righteous, right? He's not going to give you that option. He tells you what it is. He lays it out, the whole blueprint. If you don't follow that, Lord be with you. But in most cases, Based on how you live it, the Lord will not be with you.
Right.
Satan is going to be the ruler of your life because that's who you serve. If you ain't serving the Most High, who do you serve? Yourself? Not at all.
Right.
That's what you think. You know what I mean? You are high. You know what I mean? Not even off the damn drugs at this point.
As a kite.
You are high off of the philosophy or mindset thinking that you control everything in your life. Who the hell are you? The president? The governor? Like, no. You live by rules. Wherever you go, you have to follow some rules. That's life in general. When you go to the damn store, can you run that store if it's not yours? No. You are a customer. Okay? You buy, you do not steal. Some simple. You can't just go around, doing crimes because there's rules about that. But like in every little thing, there's rules to every little goddamn thing, big and small. Okay, but anyways, it's like I'll let you finish. My bad.
Okay.
Go on, you got it.
Verse 25.
I think you had another point, did you?
That was mainly kind of in his trespass that he had trespassed.
Right.
Again, it kind of in his righteousness shall be upon him. Right. In his iniquity or in his wickedness shall be upon him.
Right.
In his trespass that he trespassed, and in his sin that he had sinned, in them shall he die. Like that's the reason why you're getting punished, because you trespassed, because you sinned, not because you were a flipping plasma donor for 20 years,
right? And
then all of a sudden, just one day, just one time, you decided to molest a child. Right. It was just the once,
right?
Because for the past 20 years, you're donating plasma, contributing to charities, and picking up a litter along the side of the highway. But just that one time, you chose to molest a child. You trespassed. You sinned.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're gonna get put to death now. That's why you're gonna go to jail. The other hardcore death row inmates are gonna read your jacket, and you're gonna get murdered in a jail cell, in like a horrible fashion. If you trespass, you trespass. If you sin, you committed a sin, which is the breaking of the law, which is the transgression of the law. And you're like people gotta stop like trying to wiggle out of that and make technicalities. If you're messed up, man. And you gotta accept everything that comes with that. Now again, verse 23. Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, saith the Lord God. Now again, this is talking about Israel. This is not talking about Putin.
A sister said excuses, and she said, okay, 132, definitely, definitely excuses.
Yeah, absolutely.
She said, yes, Salaki Akim, or thinking we deserve something when we don't. No,
right. Salaki, correctly would have been Salaki Adawanyam.
Yeah,
Adawanyam, Salaki.
Yeah.
But yeah, thinking we deserve something when we don't. Absolutely. And that's how we think. We think that we deserve something different. And how many times, sis, how many brothers and sisters from the world, from their old life, that have tried to come at you saying, oh, well, I thought this, or I thought that, I felt this, or I felt that, or like, again, excuses. Gave you tons of reasons on why this or that happened. And, it wasn't my fault. That's how I was raised. It's not that that's how you were raised. That's what you chose to do. When I think it was last week when the scripture was talking about how if you see your father doing all this unrighteousness, you recognize it, you consider it, and you choose not to do it, you're gonna live.
That's right.
And now they're gonna try to use their father's sins as permission in a sense. Or my father was a drug addict, so that's what I'm gonna be because my daddy was.
Right.
My father was a heroin addict and a cokehead and an alcoholic. That don't mean I gotta be.
Right.
That don't mean that my daughter gotta be.
Damn right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And even if that's all my daughter saw of me, she has that choice that everybody, wants to talk about. But
So like, she ain't got that choice. Because you're gonna raise her up not to have that choice.
no, yeah, kind of. But like, yeah, and she can make that choice to not follow.
Yeah.
It's the unfortunate realities of the society that we live in.
Right. Yeah.
But
yeah, I pray she listens to you.
Yeah, and that's
yeah.
That's kind of all we can do. Train up a child in the way that they should go.
Yes. Yeah.
Because as for me and my house,
right.
what we're gonna do over here is different than what the Johnson family is gonna do down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares about what they do? This is us.
Right. Yeah. And so if I may just real quick, like my father, grew up in the era of war on drugs. So that was terrible. But I remember just learning about it and seeing certain things, and that put me in the mindset of not to follow in those footsteps. And
right.
And I've always been told, even by my father, don't do what I do because I'm not a good example. And absolutely, he told me he wanted me to be the thing that he wasn't able to be, and because of that, he thanks me for being a great son because I'm not living the lifestyle that he, used to live. Of course, he's very much clean now. He's fighting every day to not go back to that old man. And Lord allow, I love that nigga. You know what I mean? He get on my nerves. He's a little ignorant sometimes, but I pray that he gets it to the school. You know what I mean? But it's good. It's good to know that he got somebody on his side
right.
who is living a healthier lifestyle. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's terrible, man. It's terrible. But another thing too is there are people out there who, how can I say it? Who acknowledge, okay, not acknowledge, but who accepts and kind of glorifies doing whatever it is to do in the earth. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's as far as just being a sinner, man. Just being a sinner it's sad. Like there's nothing great coming out of that. There's no glory in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? People glorify about how much weed you could smoke.
Right.
Like, first of all, you sound like a child. You sound actually high because you are high. It's just, what is that doing for a nation? And when you are righteous, understand this. It does benefit more than just yourself. It benefits everyone else around you.
Right.
Once again, the actions of it. Don't say that you're righteous when you're not. Don't say that you're righteous. Show it. Just show it.
Right.
How does someone know that you're wicked? Because you're displaying yourself to be wicked. It's very simple. But I'm thinking about it. Some people actually, I didn't heard a few people actually say like, yeah, I'm a criminal. I do this and I do that. I'm like, well, damn, that's straightforward. But then you got some sisters out there like, hey, I don't know if you want to be with me, actually act a slave. A sister was talking. I was talking to the sister about something, and she started talking about her baby daddies and stuff. And of course, I was ignoring her, but it was one thing that caught my attention. She was like, some dude tried to approach me and talk about, I'm cute and he want to be with me. But I told dude like I laughed at him and I told dude like, you're cute and all this other stuff is what she's saying. But I will cheat on you. I will sleep with other men.
Right.
And I said, well, damn. Like that's she like okay, whores are out there like for real. Like there's no shame about being a whore no more.
Right.
And that's sad. There's no shame about being just disgusting at this point. Like there's no shame in it. And that's terrible, man. And the reason why is because the comfortability of it. Some people don't give a damn because other people don't give a damn. You know what I mean? I just heard about a story about how this sister married a crackhead and didn't care that he was a crackhead. And then she was confused on why she was getting her ass beat.
Right.
And why her belongings were missing. I'm just like, what the hell is this? It's terrible, man. We have to do better as a people.
Damn right.
We have to do better as a people. That is sad and terrible. And the Most High did not. That's not living. That's not a life. That's hell. That's not life whatsoever. That is hell. Do better, man. If you give a damn about your life and your loved ones and how your loved ones give a damn about you, do better. Otherwise, I don't give a damn. Why should I? Why should we give a damn if you don't give a damn? It's because of the love that we have for you. The love that the Most High has for all Israelites. Otherwise, I mean, what are we doing? Why are we teaching classes? Why are we going to camp? Why are we passing out flyers? I don't know. Lord be with you. That's it. All right, go ahead. Select.
And again, verse 23, have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, saith the Lord God, and not that he should return from his ways and live? Like he's letting you know, like he don't want this for us.
And that's where the long suffering comes in, the mercy.
He would rather you get off drugs.
Right.
If you used to be a pedophile or a rapist or a murderer, he would prefer you to repent from your ways and never commit that sin again. And have a chance at life.
Right. It's like, if I mean, just real quick, it's like, I do apologize. How can you do the work of the Lord if you're doing all the things that he just mentioned? How can you raise up a nation? You're so out of it that you don't understand the Bible, but your perception or interpretation of the Bible, you think that you just have to say that you love God.
Okay.
And then when you make a mistake that you know that's a mistake, that I'm sorry, God. Once again, that's too easy.
Right.
Now, of course, Paul said that the laws are not grievous. Like, you can actually serve the Most High. The fact that you believe that we sin every day, who are you, God? Are you the Most High? Only the Most High knows what you are doing every single day. No one else knows. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? What sense does that make? Unless you're displaying that you are a sinner every day, then that's different. Yes, you're telling everybody that you smoke every day.
Right.
That you like to have sex with whores every day or every Friday night on the weekend.
And then it's cool because at least they just being honest and just living the truth.
Yeah, and I guess that's a sense of modesty about their life. Yeah. Disgusting, man. Like, good night. Like, kill your old self.
Right. Without
killing yourself. Okay? Kill your old self without killing yourself. I pray that you understand.
Because it's easy to live like that.
Because no morals.
Right.
Who gives a damn?
In captivity and under oppression.
Yeah.
It's easy to live like that because you're already stressed the hell out.
Right.
And you're looking for a way to escape reality. And you're looking, because my oppressor don't take no accountability, ain't got no responsibilities, and can do whatever they want. I'm gonna just live like an animal too.
Yeah.
Things like it's gonna get you killed.
Right.
It's gonna get you killed.
And also too, I'm glad you said that. You made a good point. There's no amount of alcohol or drugs or any lust that you have that's going to ease your oppression
at all.
your situation. And that's something that we all have to understand. Because you get high one time, right? And I mean high as a general sense, right? You get high, but then you gotta continue to get high again and again. That is just a temporary fix. Lust is a temporary fix. It's not going to be everlasting. Now, let's say if it was everlasting, I mean, I would still think that you're still going to die because you're not going to be able to focus
Right.
on the reality.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna be so out of touch.
Yeah. Now, if you have a break, if you have a, if like, okay, if you have a drink or something like that, of course, in moderation, things of that sort. Like if you have a drink and stuff, right? You have a reason to drink. You just had a long day after slavery, right? You know what I mean? It just one of those days, not every day, but it's just one of those days. Like, hey, you know what? It was a long day, long hours. I want to eat and drink. No sweat. You just lost a loved one. Have a drink. Like something terrible just happened. Have a drink, but be wise, be careful, because Satan is watching.
Right.
He's gonna use that. Oh yeah, my loved one just died. Yep, I'm an alcoholic now. Yep. Oh, I just got into an argument with someone very important to me. All right, yep, I'm finna have a drink. But it's gonna be for months and years, and you're like, come on, man, like just have some discipline about yourself. That's what you do. Have some damn discipline. Discipline is going to save your life. Now, as far as drugs, you should not be doing drugs at all. It's because the Lord said not to. Drugs are not meant to, or herbs and things of that sort is not meant to be smoked.
Right.
There's other purpose for it. Weed, as marijuana, is used for glaucoma and things of that sort. The cocoa leaf, cocaine, is used for chronic pain. If you ain't in no goddamn pain physically, when you talk about mentally, if you are not in no goddamn physical pain, you don't need no goddamn cocaine or
right.
Morphine and all that stuff. Like stop playing with yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Okay. Oh, it's for my anxiety and depression. When does that help with anxiety and depression? You're going to be more depressed and have more anxiety attacks. You dumb Salaki. Good night, Salaki. You know what? I just had this conversation with some. Good night. Okay. It's dumb, man. You're going to be more sad. You're going to be more all in your head, worrisome. And that's why General Mahami said, man, what do you say? Weed is a gay drug.
Yeah.
You better believe it.
Right.
Because all you doing is sitting in the dark in the room and you're just thinking a lot about what? You're worrying about nothing. Worrying does not help the situation. I hope you understand that. I hope you understand that. It doesn't help. I'm done. I'm done talking to I'm ready to go to camp. I'm ready to go to camp.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Man, I'm so ready to go to camp.
And again, the compromises that people make in under an oppressive environment, with the access and social acceptance of drugs, that again are gonna keep you out of touch of reality.
Right.
You're gonna develop an addiction. You ain't gonna want to admit it. You may end up homeless. You may end up, having to break into somebody's vehicle for your next fix. And now you're homeless. You ain't got no roof over your head. You ain't got no money. You got a drug addiction. You're breaking into somebody's car, and now you're getting stomped out because you broke into somebody's car. Like there's a whole chain reaction of things that get set off. You're homeless. You're looking. You got $5 and some change, so you go get you a blunt, and then you walk to the gas station and go get you a wrap. The gas station is getting robbed. You get shot in the process of it. Just dumb things that could happen in the midst of you sinning, thinking that you're gonna be okay, and not being aware of your surroundings, taking everything for granted. Don't take this grace period as oh shit, I'm good, most high ain't back yet. All these crazy prophecies that these brothers on the corner's been talking about. Well, I ain't see it. I ain't see it. I ain't seen no chariots come out the sky. All right. Mm-hmm. Yet ye say, verse 25, yet ye say, the way of the Lord is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel, again, a specific audience that this is being presented to. Is not my way equal? Are not your ways unequal? Right. Like he's giving you just dues for a just reward or punishment. Right. Like you said, your righteousness shall be on you. Your wickedness is going to be on you. And then again, going back up to verse 24, and doeth according to the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live? I mean, isn't that fair? Isn't that equal? If you commit sins, if you turn your back away from the Most High law, statutes, commandments, shouldn't you get punished for that? Shouldn't you die for them sins? That's equality. That's an equal trade. That's an equal trade. You break these laws, you get these punishments. You keep these laws, you're gonna get these rewards. You're gonna keep your life. Our ways are the ones that are unequal, right? Because again, we're gonna compromise, we're gonna negotiate, we're gonna rationalize and philosophize our actions and what we think is a fair justification. Like it's our ways are not his ways, right? His ways are equal and level, right? Black and white, playing field, like level playing field. You know what I'm saying? Ours are the ones that make all these complications, and now you got this gray area because dude didn't use the proper pronoun.
Oh yeah, I think we just talked about that.
Yeah, it's still that's still something that makes me laugh, man. Yeah, and how touchy people get about it too. I thought this was like a new age thing, but I had people my age and a little bit older still stressing out about that. I didn't think that my generation was, having them issues or even took that thing serious. But we're getting held to that gunpoint too. Like the LGBT community, they are bullies. They are bullies. And they just want you to conform to their ways to make them feel better about them being an abomination to the Lord.
Well, you know what? I damn like. I mean, it's a joke. I damn want to tell people. I damn want to tell people like as a joke. Like, look, when besides you trying to disrespect the UPK, look, no sweat. Like LGBT, ABC community. I want to tell their ass we have pronouns too.
Right.
Priests and prophets.
Right. Kings.
Damn it. Yeah, you feel me? Like we are royalty, righteous.
Damn right.
Prophets and priests. That's a pronoun.
And it's like I can't say necessarily kings as like a broad, because I may have just been a porter. No sweat. That's my station. I'm on the smart department. You know what I'm saying? Security. No sweat. Still a priest and prophet. Still a teacher in the classroom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Use my proper pronouns. Man, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Sir.
There you go.
I don't want. Lord. That's my proper pronoun. Officer.
Right. There you go. Right.
Lord allow I get to the point. Captain.
Yeah.
That's what you get. That's what you get to call me on my job. You're my supervisor. You still got to call me captain.
Right.
And say Salakia, sir. Anytime you're interrupting me from doing my job.
Hey, that's it. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
proper pronouns.
Yeah, that's so.
They gonna learn.
Stupid, man.
They gonna learn.
Yeah. Hey. If we ever got on the street, that's part of that community, boy, that's gonna be funny. And real at the same time.
Yeah.
Like
that's gonna be a day.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a day. Pack a lunch.
No, damn right. Sure. Anyway, is that it on that?
Kind of. If I could, we'll just reread that just to close it off. And again, this is what everybody's got. Everybody got something to say about God. Everybody got something until they need God, until they need to be protected. Everybody got something to say about God. Because even if you're an atheist, you're not praying to. I don't even know what they might even hypothesize. The wind help me. Sun rays help me. blade of grass, beautiful butterfly, help me. No, God help me. Oh, God, please, God, please get me out of this. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Oh, I said, God, I'm sorry. Like instinctively, we say that all across the board.
Oh, so I heard somebody say, Joseph and Mary. I'm like,
Yeah, there you go. Sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah, I'm like, what? And there's like, yeah, instead of someone saying, oh, Jesus Christ, they say Joseph and Mary. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, good night.
And those are the things that ye say. Yet ye say the ways, it's like the way of the Lord is not equal.
Right.
You say that.
Right.
That's you. Those are your thoughts. That's your feelings. That's your truth. You say that the Lord, that the way of Yahweh is not equal. And hear now, O house of Israel, this is the cut. Is not my way equal? Has he not showed that balance in the past and in the present? Is he not going to show it in the future? Is he not going to give those people that have been downtrodden that meek the kingdom? Like he's going to correct everything in its due season. He's already he done that in the past. He's done that in our lifetime. He's going to keep his word in the future too. His ways are equal. And not your ways unequal. And people don't want to admit that. People don't want to, take accountability.
Yeah.
And it's detrimental. It's a very dangerous game to play. And you don't want to be caught on the other side of that threshold, on the other side of that line, man. It's like this ain't the time for it. This is not the season for it. I mean, there never was a season to play with the Most High, but like everything that we're experiencing and going through right now, everything that we've gone through in the past, man, everything that we've tried, every philosophical experiment that has failed us, every theological drug that's been pushed on us, that, after you wake up from the stupor and you're sober, you realize it was vanity, and it was selfishness, and it was arrogance, it was pride, and your ways ain't equal. Don't blame that on God. Don't blame that on the Most High. And you can't blame your father for that either. Can't blame your mother. It's understandable why people are the way that they are based off of their family and their society. I get it. But when you are, how would I say it? I don't want to say, well, I guess conscious. When you're woke, some people love that term. If you're woke, you can't use none of that as an excuse.
Right.
That's not your scapegoat. That's weak. It puts you, it puts you in a bad light. Because now you can't hack it. I thought, everyone stopped by you. I'm grown. We all grown men here. You can't talk to me like that. You can't tell me nothing.
You know what? It's like, I'm glad you said that. I seen this post some years ago.
Yeah, it's like the UPK pronouns. Yeah, kind of.
They're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, yeah. God, no, that was perfect, sis. I can't wait to meet the sister, man.
Oh, she pretty cool.
Yeah, I cannot wait to meet the sister.
Pretty cool, very good sister.
Yeah, I hear
good reputation about it.
I hear nothing but good things. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. It's funny. She is pretty funny too. I'm looking at some of the posts. I'm like, yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah. I think a lot of us in the UPK are comedians righteously.
Right.
Righteously, yeah. On sign of Christ. Yeah. It's funny though. Like a lot of people in the world don't get our UPK commentary and shit.
All right.
You know what I mean? And I love that because finally we have some of our own that can't be tarnished and stuff like that. Nope. You know what I mean? But yeah, hilarious though. Hey, most on crisis. Okay, yeah, that's one I was gonna make. Some years ago on Facebook, I remember seeing this post where it says, we need to go back to a time where men start checking men,
Right.
women start checking women. And based on everything that you just said, that's very important. That's on topic. We have to start putting ourselves in a place of accountability. We have to really, do that. And honestly, in UPK, that's how it's done. No one lets any goddamn thing slide.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, have you ever got checked 5 times in one day? Oh man, I feel like I'm being attacked. No, they're just trying to help you out. It might be about the same thing or something different. Take it, because I believe it's Paul. Yeah. Paul said that you should rejoice in chastisement. And chastisement, in a sense, is talking about like, checkings or correction. You know what I mean? You should rejoice in that because it's happening to you for you to be better,
Right.
not to be worse. If you are upset or mad, you have a demon on you.
Right.
And that's the problem. But the person who's checking you don't give a damn.
At all.
Either you are going to receive it. If you don't, Lord be with you. You might just go back to the world and start sucking rod.
Yep.
And I say that because that's just hilarious. Because not the most time. General Muhammad says it all the time, and it's hilarious. Because some people go back into the world and they suck rod. Of course, they get high. They get drunk, feel all sorry for themselves, and all this other garbage. But yeah, you are just gonna leave the school, and that's it.
Then if I could add,
yeah,
Captain Marquardt don't care how you feel.
Yeah.
Captain Zod don't care how you feel. Captain Gadalhar, he don't give a shit.
No.
Captain Kapash, he don't care.
No one
Captain the Galgabar, he's not concerned with your feelings.
Yeah, fuck that.
The generals, generals, they don't care if they're gonna correct you because they're trying to give you a shot.
Yeah.
They want you to live. We don't want.
Okay, look. Fuck your feelings. All right.
Kind of okay.
Just who gives a damn? To hell with your feelings. You know what I mean? And that's something that you always have to realize. Who gives a damn about your feelings?
Say thank you.
The water, sir, I do appreciate it.
That they even gave a shit to give you the counsel. They cared that much. If you don't like the counsel, they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care if you're gonna turn your back and oh, this nigga said this nigga spoke to me like that. I'm a grown ass man. I got 19 kids, fucking I've been fired from 20 jobs, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a grown ass man, I know what I'm doing. No. Like go back to that then. Go back to that then.
Right, yeah. And the fact that you grown and things of that sort, that's the problem.
Grown.
It's a lot of people that say, yeah, I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do. That's the problem.
It's almost another pronoun.
Yeah, I'm grown.
I'm grown.
Yeah. And because of that, that's the problem. Because you think you're so grown when you have no idea of what really being grown means, meaning the responsibility of being an adult, taking care of accountability, stuff like that. Children is different. You know what I mean? But being grown up, being a adult, there's life lessons to learn and how to live your life.
Oh.
Because you think you're grown, you know what I mean? That's the problem. And you really don't know what it means to be an adult. You don't know what it means to live life and et cetera, et cetera. You are just simple. You are a child. You're showing that you're a child. When I hear I'm grown, I hear that you are a child.
Right.
In some aspects, when a person says I'm a grown man or better, I'm a man or I'm a woman, it can be considerable in some cases. But when you try to call somebody out, I'm grown. You're a child. No sweat. I heard you loud and clear. You said grown in English. I heard child in Chinese. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I heard child in Chinese, but no sweat. I got you. No sweat.
Understood. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it just that doesn't make sense. Like That's what. And being grown is going to get you in terrible situations, and you will lose your life sooner or later. Lord be with you, but if you continue doing the opposite of what the Lord is telling you to do, you will not have the Most High around you. You won't have the protection, the hedge that Job had. You know what I mean? So, yeah. With that being said, Sean, let's get up.
We doing all nonsense.
No.
Imagine, stay. We'll find the Ark of Nam, turn to face the east. Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, we'll find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayat, Sukkah, Yahweh, Malakaka, Tabah, Atazaka, Hayat, Aisha, Barakazah, Kawak, Hayat, Bashamayim, the thunder now, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kabawat now, Kasalak now, Kawati now, Wala, Tabian now, Bansawan, Ball, Aushai now, Mayan, Brad, Kaya, Baka, Amalakwa, Wa'al, Batapura, Lawalam, Aman.
In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Ashai, Ayani, Al-Hahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azari, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shaman, Ba'aratazah, Al-Yatham, Lamawat, Wagalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Hanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'al, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yamamam, Hashemat, La'ah, Yakaka, Wa'arak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Napashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'aitha, Wa'ai, Awalam.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes. To the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee. From all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore.
Prayer for the cock, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Baba Kushai. The thunder now. The cock. La Rapa'ah. Call Makala. Wakal Marawa. The cock. La Tahar. Hamatazari. The cock. La Hakwiyam.
Hamakim,
Hamakim,
the Ka,
Ka,
Arakawat,
Arakawat,
Hatama'ala,
Hatama'ala,
Lagarshan,
Nagarshan,
Bashim Yahushai,
Bashim Yahushua,
Thawad Aman,
Tuwala. The power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh
in
Shah.
the name of Yahushai,
Please give us the power.
please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of
The
sickness.
power to heal all manner of sickness,
And all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the
The
dead.
power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean
The
spirits.
power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shah.
the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. For to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Barak Lanau.
Barak Lanau.
Waya Sha'ala.
Vaya Sha'ala.
Wahab Bayat.
Wahabayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'ah.
Rapa'ah.
Magan.
Magan.
Hagan.
Hagan.
Again, at this time, say the name of a loved one once. Everyone repeats that name once. If you're still with us on social media, type in the name of a loved one. Send the prayers up with you.
Israelite School UPK.
July School, UPK.
Generals.
General.
Captains.
Captains.
Officers.
Officers.
Troopers.
Troopers.
Students.
Students.
Sisters.
Sisters.
Children.
Children.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
IHK Minnesota.
IHK Minnesota.
Kudasa Young.
Wadai Zayan.
Tarak.
Tarak.
Amagabar.
Mongabal.
Kanagabar.
Nagabal.
Kwanya Allah.
Kwan Yala.
Kunaya.
Kunayala.
Kabat Tabak.
Kabadabak.
Kabat Tabar.
Kabadabak.
Sataria Allah.
Satar Yala.
Tavalat.
Tawala.
Yakudash.
Yakudash.
Cliff.
Cliff. Makar Dam.
Makaradam. Dekaya.
Dekaya.
Kawat.
Kawat.
Ainawat.
Anwat.
Sapara.
Sapara.
Narakapat.
Rakapat.
Nashamari.
Dashimawi.
Rakawana.
Kawana.
Izar.
Azar.
Taziyat.
Taziyat.
Iparakat.
Barukat.
Tati.
Tati.
Sharat.
Sharat.
Jay.
Jay.
Amagabar.
Mangabar.
Makabi.
Makabi.
Kanagabar.
Nagabar.
Tarak.
Tarak.
Madasayan.
Dazayan.
Ainawat.
Anwat.
Nashamari.
Dashimawi.
Kawat.
Kawat.
Diana.
Diana.
Debar.
Dabar.
Nicole.
Nicole.
Kayash.
Kayash.
I'm not sure if she meant Karyash. Karyash.
Kayash.
Mawakwai.
Makwa.
All UPK schools.
All UPK schools.
All Israel.
All of Israel.
House of Kwanya Allah.
House of Kwan Yala.
Desiree Davis.
That's right, David.
All UPK.
All UPK.
UK, Minnesota.
Came in Soda.
All right. You got it.
All the brothers going through Hebrew Academy.
All of us going through Hebrew Academy.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. So,
Bashim Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushua.
Thawad Aman.
Thawad Aman. Bless Israel in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Lord, in the name of Yahushai.
Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
In the school.
In the school.
Bless Hill Shield Protect.
Bless you, should protect.
Loved ones.
Loved ones.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shah.
the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damiyad Lakah.
Adam Yalakah.
Al Takaras.
Atakaras.
Wa Tashakwat.
All the Shakwat.
Al
Oh.
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awabika.
Awapika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahami Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ras.
Al Amaka.
Amak.
Ya'ayra Yamwa.
Yariyam.
Sawada.
Sawat.
Wayata.
Wayata.
Ya'itazawa.
Yaitaz.
Al
Al.
Tazawapanyaka.
Tadapanguka.
Tazawapanyaka.
Tazawapanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amar.
Lakawa.
Lakawat.
Wanakaki Dam.
Makati Dam.
Magalia.
Magali.
Wala'a
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yasakar.
Sham Yasha'al.
Shamya Sha'al.
Iwara.
Iwad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Na Salaki. Nawa Itazawa.
Nawa Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakaku.
Alyaka.
Ayak.
Baryat.
Maria.
Yakaratwa.
Yakarat.
Ahalia.
Ahol.
Arawam.
Adalom.
Wa Yashamai Alayam.
Waya Shema Aliyam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'ab.
Wa Hagariam.
Wa'agari.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa Imwan.
Wa'anwa.
Wa Imalat.
Wa'anwa.
Palashat.
Palashat.
I'm Yeshabia.
I'm Yeshab.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gamashwar.
Nalawa.
Malawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawai.
Zarawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salat.
Salah.
Aishaf Laham.
Ashat Lahum.
Kamadian.
Kamadi.
Kasaya Sara'at.
Kasiyah Sara'ah.
Kayabian.
Kayabi.
Banakal.
Banako.
Koyashwan.
Koyashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashima.
Bayanda Ara.
Mayanda Arba.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La Adama.
La Dam.
Shayatamwa.
Shatam.
Nara Yamawa.
Narayab Mawa.
Karab.
Kara.
Wakaza Abba.
Wasta Ab.
Wakaza Bak.
Kazabak.
Wakatazal Manai.
Wakatazor Manai.
Call Nasaya Kamwa.
Call Nasir Kumba.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amarwa.
Amar.
Nairashah.
Narisha.
Lanwa.
Lanawat.
Ah.
Ah.
Nawat.
Nawat.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahayat.
Alahayim.
Sayatamwa.
Shatam.
Kagalgala.
Gog.
Kakwash.
Aquash.
Lapanya Rauka.
Napanya Roka.
Kaash.
Ash.
Tabayra Yaira.
Avaria Ira.
Wakalahaba.
Mabahala.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Hariam.
Haria.
Khan Tharadakma.
Kandara Thapma.
Basaraka.
Basara.
Wabasa Wapatka.
Basu Patka.
Tabalaham.
Balahum.
Mala'at.
Mala'at.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kwalawan.
Malawan.
Wayabakwashwa.
Ayabakwash.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahawa.
Hala.
Yabashwa.
Bash.
Waya.
Maya.
Bahalwa.
Mahol.
Arya Ai.
Aya Ai.
Waya.
Maya.
Kaparwa.
Kapar.
Waya.
Maya.
Abarwa.
Atbat.
Waya.
Maya.
Daiwa.
Aya.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Ata.
Ata.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahawa.
Hala.
Labarka.
Batka.
Alyawan.
Aliwan.
Al.
Ah.
Ko.
Kar.
Harakasa.
Araksa. In English. Keep not thy silence from Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still,
From Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
Below,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult,
And they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the
have
head.
lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people,
And consulted against thy hidden one.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
come,
Come,
let's cut them off from being a nation.
let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee,
The tabernacles of Edom
tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre.
the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah.
doing to them as unto the Midianites,
So unto them is unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as the Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as a Jabin,
as the brook Kison,
as the brook Kison,
which Pharaoh endured.
Paris and Endor,
They became as known for the earth.
that became his number for the earth.
Make the nobles like a rib,
Make the nobles like a word,
like Zeed.
like Zee,
Yea,
hey,
are the princes as the bottom,
all the princes as a
and
body,
as the moon.
and as the moon.
Who said,
We say,
let's take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the house of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as a stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the flames set the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
make them afraid with thy storm,
Fill their faces with shame,
that the face with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
and my seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let it be confounded in trouble
let it be confounded in trouble
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let it be put to shame and perish,
let it be put to shame and perish,
that men may know that thou,
that men may know that thou,
whose name alone is
thy
Yahweh,
name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high over all the earth.
art the most high of all the earth.
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed be you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things
let
living.
all things live.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
and the name of Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Say he was a curse,
The evils and curses,
punishment and destruction
punishment and
to the
destruction
heathen
for the heathen
that speak against
that
us,
speak against
thy
us,
prophets,
thy
the
prophets,
teachers,
teachers,
the princes,
princes,
the priests,
priests,
the Israelite brothers,
Israelite brothers,
in the school.
in the school.
Say he was a curse,
The evils and curses,
punishment and destruction
punishment and
to the
destruction
heathen,
for the heathen,
and shake loose
and shake
the
loose
treasure of the rich of Israel,
the treasure of the rich of Israel,
that refused to give to the school,
that refuse to give to the school,
force their riches,
force their riches,
to enter thy sanctuary.
to enter thy sanctuary.
Say he was a curse,
The evils and curses,
his punishment and destruction
punishment and
to
destruction
the Edomites
to the
and the
Edomites
nations
the nation,
and the drug dealers,
the courses,
the prison system, Planned
Planned
Parenthood,
Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam, Christianity,
Egyptology,
militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
Hodgkiss, the gay movement, the lesbian movement,
spies,
works of witchcraft.
witchcraft,
It has a space program,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet,
open up the internet,
and the airways, cable access channel, and the radio channel, convict the spirit of any like people, that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction, to all of you, that stand in the way, and try to stop us, from broadcasting your word, throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro, through the earth and consume it. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael and Gabriel, come down to flying saucers, punish all the heathen that come up against us, as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you always. So be it.
That's all.
All right, that concludes the Sabbath service. Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
All right.